y'all too. Tonedeftestimonies. Yeah, let's get it. Straight out the gate, it's time to separate. When the work is this hot, you can't wait till it bakes. When you don't call shots, it's red dots to the face. A marathon, not a race. When you hear the trail blaze. Unfazed, I'm attacking airwaves. I ignite the nights, making waves in the bay. I'm the mouth of the South, what more can I say? I don't hesitate, cause I just elevate. This is my moment to shine, I'm a component of life. And if you're not about that grind, you're an opponent of mine. I put it all on the line, in pursuit of my prime. I stand tall on my stance, there ain't no stopping my stride. Ain't nothing phony or fake, ain't in this game for the fame. I'm in this thing for the change, impacting lives on the way. Bringing life to the stories, giving God all the glory. Through the shine and the gory, tone deaf testimonies. Yeah, this is when we get real. This is when we get to learn more. This is when we get to dive deeper. This is that real. This is that authentic. This is that genuine. This is tone deaf testimonies.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tone Capone, and I'm the host of Waves of the Bay out here in Tampa Bay. Every Saturday night on FM radio 88.5 from 10 until midnight. I'm also the host of the Ignite the Night performance series, which has been going on for 6+ years out here in Tampa Bay. Hundreds of artists we put on our stages, producers, done all kinds of stuff with our shows. But what I want to also do is just like when it comes to FM radio, and you know this, Rahim, like there's some people you want to talk to that you can't really talk to enough or uncover the things you want to, or just get as real as you want to, you know, with the limitations we have in front of us. And because of that, the Tone Deaf Testimonies was born. So I just want to say thank you for taking time out tonight to talk to me, and welcome to the Tone Deaf Testimonies. We got Rahim Samad on the line with us, or in the building with us, or on the Zoom with us, however we're going to refer to it, man. But what's good with you, brother?
I'm good, brother. Just hanging in there. How about yourself?
Man, I'm excited, man. Like, and you'll find out, man. Usually I'm cool until it's like question number 2 comes out, and then like my eyes light up, and then it's like, oh, and then we're going the whole time. I'm excited, man, because I got a lot of questions I want to ask you, and a lot of stuff that I've been interested in too, man. Because you're a different type of dude, man. Like you're a rare breed, man. Like straight up, man. And you know, I'm honored to be around you like the last however many years it's been now. But I've actually got to see you, you know, put in work, and I got to see the work reward you too, man. So it's a benefit and a blessing to be here to talk with you tonight.
Nah, man, I appreciate you even asking me to do it. You know, like I said, I've seen you two for years, man. You've been putting in, you've been doing the work, you know, and making that like a lot of artists. I almost feel in this area they don't like understand like the amount of work that you've done, you know, that you put in to like give a platform for artists to get out and be seen, and you know, get their start, get their foot out there. So I'm honored to, you know, be here and speak to you now. So
man, I appreciate it, man. And just like you said, a lot of people don't understand like what goes into what we do, man. So let me start everything with like that. Like for you yourself, like with the Saturday night shutdown in particular, like what all goes into, you know, your shows that you have to plan for that people don't really understand? Because your show is from 12 until from midnight until 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
Absolutely. Just that, bro. I mean, you know, you're just a regular person, so you got to work and everything. So you got everything that you've gone through the week, and then like, you know, Saturday comes, you got to get all your music ready, you know, and that's, you know, that's pretty much it. Just life, you know, just life. Yeah. But with that and just, you know, getting all your music together, and also mentally just being able, you know, you got to be up from midnight to 3.
Man.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Straight up, man. And yeah, like we was talking about off camera, man, that 12 to 3 shift is a killer, man. Like you have to be awake for that, because there ain't no falling asleep halfway through it. And you can't just be up here just, well, this is a shutdown, and you can't do all that either, because ain't nobody trying to listen to that. Ain't nobody enjoying that right now. You putting people to sleep, you know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
that just doesn't work, man. But like I said, you a different breed, man. So for the people that don't know you, how would you describe yourself to them?
I don't know. I'm just a dude that love music. I love hip hop. Doing it most of my life. Yeah, man, I love the music. I love, when I was a kid and I first heard it, like the feeling it gave me, like the things I learned from it. And it shaped me. It shaped me to who I am, amongst other things. And it gave me a positive outlook, about myself and purpose. And that I kind of use that today. That's what drives me to do it, to hopefully, other people can get that feeling from it, from what we do, so.
Straight up. Now, was there a particular song that like made you a fan of hip hop?
Just songs. I liked, I always liked the DJ aspect of it. When I was a kid, I just loved like the scratching and all that stuff. Like I really loved that. Like, like I saw that movie like Juice when I was a kid, and then also like just seeing like you asked me about a song like EPMD, like So What You're Saying, like all those cuts and stuff, and like Rampage, just seeing the skill of it, that really like just grabbed me. And I just, like I said, I just never saw nothing like that, and it was just like so intriguing that I wanted to learn how to do that. So the quest was on from there. So yeah, I had a friend too. His father was a DJ in New York, and he had all these records in his like garage, like sitting in a box. So one day my friend just comes to my house with just like a box of just like all these vintage like 80s like records, like Eric B for President, like Run DMC, all that stuff. And he just was like, here, just, and it just started from there, man. Like I was very blessed to get that box. So stuff like that. That's what like started me. And,
so were you DJing or spitting first?
I think I was writing first, and then I kind of stopped. And then I really got into like DJing. And yeah, I just went and bought turntables and just learned that whole thing. Because it's funny, like I wanted to originally I wanted to just like DJ and like make beats like DJ Premier.
Word. That's my favorite producer right there too, man.
Already. So, yeah, he's so brilliant, man. a great Southern producer.
And people don't. A lot of people don't understand he's from Texas, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like straight up. Like straight up, bro.
Exactly. That goes into like the music. Like, look, the South gave people jazz. It came from the South, to funk. I mean, James Brown was from Georgia. Like the South gave a lot, contributed a lot to this music today, and all that goes into hip hop. So now, like, yeah. But Premier, man, I like that. So that's what originally I wanted to do, was just like kind of make beats and like scratch, but I was still kind of writing at the same time. And yeah, just reached the point. I used to produce for like people locally, but it just, I don't know, things would happen. It just wouldn't go go where it's supposed to. A lot of people want to, they start off wanting to rap, but then life comes and, it just don't happen.
I've seen it happen, man.
Yeah, it's life. It's life. Yeah. It's life. It used to be frustrating, but it wasn't until I got older and I realized like, oh, okay, life happens. So, but I wanted to do it so much that it just, at the time, it was like just really frustrating. So. So,
Have you thought about getting back into producing?
yeah, yeah. I go and I like constantly like looking for like beats and stuff like that. I still dig in the crates and all that all the
Hmm.
time. So it's like I'll still go and like put beats together and just be like, man, this person would be good for this or that. And I definitely at some point want to like kind of just focus on that, just like produce it for people and yeah, because that's always, like I said, from when I was a little kid. That's what I
Hmm.
thought I was gonna do originally, But things happen, life happens, and I just started really going hard with rhyming, and it just things just kind of slowly stepped up from there. So
Well, you like the perfect segue person for what I already got in my head, man. Like you walking down the path with me, man. I appreciate this. You don't even know. You don't even know, man. You setting it all up right now. You alley ooping me like Jason Kidd right now, dog. But hey, I wanna say like this, man. This is Tone Deaf Testimonies. Like I said, I'm talking with Rahim Samad, and you're like one of the most humble dudes I know to be as talented and skilled as you are. So thank you for that, man. Like I remember like when I was in college, it was crazy because the picture just popped up. It was like 18 years ago. And I thought about pledging a fraternity.
hmm,
And at the time, my head was just so, I had that ego, man, at the time, man. Like I had to be brought down a few notches at the time. But one
yes,
of the people gave me a piece of paper and they had me write down the word humility, and they had me write down the definition of humility on there, and just trying to reel me in and to let me know that I always need to be humble in any situation. And I still have that wherever my wallet is at in here. I still have that in my wallet right now, barely hanging on after 18 years.
yeah,
But just stuff like that, man, because
yeah.
you know anybody can be talented, but how are you going to display that to the world, and how are you going to help the world out, and what purpose do you have from it? And that's what you're rhyming, man. Like you have purpose behind it, man. So what is like how did you transition from just being a DJ and to actually putting those words you wrote to music?
Um, just understand, like recognizing, like these, it's a craft. So just understand it's a craft. Like these are
Hmm.
crafts. Like even what you're doing right now, interview, that's a craft. Like to be able to do it good. I took it, just very seriously as a craft and just studied it like a craft. Go back and you know understand it, like my favorite, like them cats that are really great at it, like the masters, like studying them and just really just studying writing too, just understanding like what makes great writing, or trying to understand what makes great writing,
Hmm.
you know, and just trying to, you know, trying to get there, trying to reach that, because I always appreciated like clever writing, like I don't know, you remember Nas when he had like If I Was a Gun, that
Oh yeah,
song?
I
Yeah,
just
like
listened to that not too long ago, like maybe a week or so ago. Because that whole album, I used to cut grass to that tape, Doug. Like that's
yeah,
how far I go back with that one. Like,
yeah. It's funny, when I remember when that album came out, I was like, I didn't, because it wasn't Illmatic. It was like,
hmm, I am.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just it was a departure, but it took time for me to appreciate how really great that album is, and the writing on that. The writing on
Hmm.
that album is like immaculate. Like it's insane. And but yeah, like if I gave you power, that's what the song was.
Hmm.
But he, that writing, that he was a gun the whole time. Like that's the kind of stuff. It was like, man, like I want that kind of level, that to write it like that. So just like I said, just looking at the cats, at the masters, and just studying your craft and just trying to get better at it. That's what that was pretty much what drove me. So I always am like constantly like trying to like work on getting better and writing and going practicing and all that stuff. So that's
How
what
do
drives
you practice? You just like pick an object and just try to go at it, or what?
me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you'll just you gotta test yourself. It's just like maybe different kind of beat. You just I read I think it was a Stephen King book. He has a book about writing, and I think he just said sometimes he just sits there and just writes, and you just write. You just keep doing it. You constantly like practice the craft. It's just like what they say about the that 10,000 hour rule or
Hmm.
whatever. I think what was that book? The that Malcolm Gladwell book, Outliers, and he talks about how like all these different people, from like Bill Gates to the Beatles, like there was like a tie that kind of binded them all together. Of how they became so great at what they did is because he found like at some point they were just like sitting they were they were just like constantly doing it, like constantly practicing for an extended period of time, and it just made them so much better. And the 10,000 hour rule is what came out of that. So because like I guess Bill Gates used to go to this like computer lab and just like code and stuff like all by himself all the time, and Beatles were like in Hamburg and they were just like at this club or something. They just had to play all night.
Hmm.
This is before they blew up, but they did it so much, it just made them so much better. So same thing I try to do. It's just like just work on it all the time. Well, when I can.
That's real shit right there, man. I
Yeah.
like to hear. I like to hear stuff like that. So, with what you just said, like as far as like elite pensmen, like who in the game right now? Like, give me like three names of people in the game right now that you would hold to that level.
Man, this is more just three.
Yeah,
There's
just
some like
three.
jeez,
I think I
there's some,
got one off the top of my head that you're probably going to say, and then the other two is going to be interesting. But
I
let me
want to
see
hear
where you're
it.
going to go.
I want to
I'm
hear
going to answer your question for you.
it. I want to
If
hear
you say it, I'll
it.
let you know.
Okay. Um Jeez. Like I said, there's so many. Man, Cole is dope, really dope right now. Cole killing it. Shoot, who else? Um, it's funny. Like I said, Crooked Eye is really dope pen wise. Like really dope.
People underappreciate his dopeness, man.
They really do. His pen is like impeccable. I still go back to that first Slaughterhouse album and just
Hmm.
like his cadences and just the punches. Like he is just insane. Um, Jeez, it's so many cats, man. Even Gibbs is really dope right now. He's going
Okay.
very hard on
Okay.
very hard on the pen. It's so many. I'd say those for now that they come up in my mind, but I mean I'm missing others.
Cole, Crooked Eye, and Gibbs. That's a pretty
Yeah.
hard list. I thought you was gonna say the other member of Slaughterhouse. I was waiting on you to
Royce,
say Royce. That's what I was waiting
Royce,
on you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Royce is just disgusting, man. Royce is
Slaughterhouse, man, like it's such a good premise, dog, but I don't know, man. Like the execution just didn't pop off like it should have, like with the mainstream commercial appeal. Because like people that like really get down for like bars and hip hop like love Slaughterhouse, man. Like
yes,
Slaughterhouse is you can't put four people together that is just doper in one group. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh
man. They were yeah, and that's the thing. Even Joe, like you can't sleep on Joel Ortiz. Joel is
Joel is a beast.
nasty,
Yes.
nasty, nasty. Like that's another dude. Like there's beasts out there, and from what you said, with the slaughterhouse, I think even them trying to go commercial, there
Hmm.
it's just it's not. They're for the heads. They're for like us, people that love just to hear bars and
That's interesting you say that, man, because now that you say that, if they would have took like the Griselda approach to it, timing is
Absolutely.
everything now, but maybe they should have been like the first Griselda with it and just
Yes.
embrace that aura, you know?
Yes. 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 Yeah,
Hmm.
because there's hip hop today. There's subgenres of hip hop. There just is, and like trying to just be like, oh, I want to appeal to everybody. It's I don't think it can work. Like
Nah,
yeah, it's just not. It's just you're
you have to
gonna
go pop all the way. Like that's Drake, but even more pop,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah. It's just it's I just it's not possible. You just kind of have to know what your lane is and just go hard for that. And the people that are for that will find you. Will gravitate to that. You know, and yeah, I mean Slaughterhouse is they're just lyrical. Like you just know, like just give them some really great beats and let them just sit around and work on it.
Right.
They're gonna come out with something. Oof, they're just gonna kill cats, man. But trying to make them like we're gonna make this little really poppy song for you and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not gonna work, man.
That ain't gonna work.
It ain't
Ain't
gonna
what
work.
they here for.
Nah, right. It's just
Yeah.
like Gangstar back in the day or UGK. Like these are groups that they have their own style, their own niche. You know what I mean? And they can't trying to make them be other than that. It's just not going to work. It's just not who they are. It's not going to
Mm-hmm.
translate. You know. But the same thing with Slaughterhouse. It's just you got to know your lane, and that's just like in life or just in general. You know your lane and just stay to it. And the people that will appreciate that they're gonna come.
That's
So
straight. That's real. The one thing I've seen, like, and this happens all the time. I know you've seen this happen yourself. Like, sometimes you have to go out of town and do
yes,
something before
yes,
people at home will
yes.
respect what you do. Do you have any examples of that in your life?
I mean, just I'll tell you, man. Just like going out of town, like we used to go to the what's that joint they used to have in Atlanta, man? What's that joint they used to have in Atlanta? Like people from Tampa started going there and everything.
Oh,
A3C
A3C.
Festival.
Mm-hmm.
A3C Festival. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you just you have to, bro. Like you have to go out. Just like I read a lot. Like I read a lot. I read a lot about music and like music history and stuff like that. So
Okay.
a lot of cats just like from Jimi Hendrix on, like they didn't blow up in their state or whatever. They went overseas. Even the Roots didn't initially start getting successful in the US. They went overseas and toured and stuff, and they started getting big over there, and then it started coming back over here. But a lot of a lot of groups, a lot of artists have gone, they go and they tour and stuff and they get big off of that before they become big at home. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's a part of the music industry. Really, very rare somebody just blows up at home. Unless you maybe you just made up a really catchy like club single and stuff, and it's just started blowing up in the clubs. But a lot of people they blow up by leaving their state or
Right.
going overseas. So that's how it usually. That's how a lot of times it starts. So
Now, one thing with you, man, like you've had a lot of like mainstream features when it comes to your songs.
hmm
And I've been wondering, like, how do you select your features? Like, how did those features even come about?
um, just to me, it has to be organic. You can't force it.
Hmm.
Like you can't just do a song with somebody because they're big. Like it has to make sense. And for
Somebody
some of
back
the
there got
people.
the Rona.
Yeah, yeah, so it was big back then. But yeah, it has to make sense, bro. It's so for the ones that I had, it's just like Sadat X. Like I grew up listening to Brand Nubian. They're like a big influence, like especially that time back in the day, like that whole conscious movement that had an influence on my life, and it just, that made sense, to me, because it's like I said, it's just a influence to who I am. So that's reached out to him, and as a matter of fact, I just actually sent him sent him a video of the joint that we did. But yeah, it just, bro, it just has to make sense. That's it. So I don't know, just got to make sense.
Is there somebody that you want to have on your next feature, or somebody you've been longing to hop on a track with?
Yeah, there's two people, just two, and I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it.
We got to speak it into existence, though.
Oh man, no, it's it's well, I mean, I always wanted to like get on a premiere, do a premiere, get a song, a premiere beat. Always. That's like, if I do that, that's like bucket list,
Right.
Always, because that style that influenced me. I mean, that shaped me, that just shaped who I am. Premier is a huge influence, so much of the hip hop I listened to, he probably produced that album. So, so that, and yeah, and geez, like I said, I'm gonna keep the other one.
That's all right. That's all right. I got one of them. That's cool. That's what's up, man. This is the Tone Deaf Testimonies. We're talking with Rahim Samad, and I know you got a new project that's dropping. By the time this airs, which is going to be like around Christmas time, it's already going to be out for a few weeks. So,
awesome.
Talk to me about the new project and tell me how are you feeling about it right now. We're going into we're like a week away from it dropping right now.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so the joint is called Nubian Tapestries. Pretty much it's, I'm very much into history and stuff like that, especially, our history, Black history. So, this is a project, got about 10 cuts on it. And our last album was like Supreme 7, where for those that know, it's that's has a huge meaning. And I pretty much wanted to, with this one, well, I'll go into how it started. Funkos, for people to know, Funkos, of Tap Glossophobia, he's like a, he's a local artist here that's like a really heavy local artist, really like an innovator as far as like Tampa hip hop, He started sending me these beats, and I liked the direction they were going, so we just kind of from that kind of formed a project from that. And yeah, so it's this album. It's got about 8 songs on it. I got Laws on it. Yeah, got Laws on it. Yeah, this track, Scarface Tropics, he's just going in, like, he's going in, man. It's funny because when I first heard his verse, I was just like, whew.
Did you have to go rewrite your verse?
I didn't write it yet.
Keep it real.
I didn't write it yet. I didn't write it yet. So I he had I sent him the beat, and he just like, it was a little time, but he sent it back, and I just heard it. It was just like, okay, he's really going insane on it. So
going Laws on it. Yeah,
going Laws on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, got that. But then yeah, most of the tracks it's just just me. But I also got to join with Blue. With Blue
Clouds.
Yes, Clouds.
Okay.
Clouds. Shout out to him. Try to get a video together for that one. And then I got a joint out now, Iron Palisades. That was produced by Ghost, and the B side is called Samurai. And what I'm planning to do is that we're gonna come out with a limited vinyl press of the record and put it out, and it'll just be that press. That's it. So it's kind of like a boutique type of thing. So
limited edition type.
Limited edition collectors.
Yeah.
Collectors. So so just gonna man, it's crazy because this whole thing was kind of written around during this whole quarantine time. So I guess it has some of that in there as well. But because
were you planning on doing this before the pandemic hit?
No.
So this is something that came from the downtime with the Rona and everything.
Yeah, because like I said, it's I actually had planned to put out another project, but Ghost just sent me these beats, and when I heard them, I just started like writing immediately to them, and it just started like taking shape till it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna put this one out.
This is supposed to happen.
It was just it's those things, just those times in life. Certain things was just meant to happen at certain times, and this one it just felt right. So yeah.
Well, let's do it like this, man. You led me into one of these songs. So which one do you want me to play first?
Oh gosh.
And I haven't listened to either of them yet.
You haven't listened to either one?
Nah, I was like, man, I know they already hot, but let me listen to them with him.
Iron Palisades. We just go ahead with that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Explain it to me, man. Break the song down for anybody out there. It's like, what the Iron Palisades?
Right. Palisade is kind of like a barricade, like a fence or whatever. And I'm always kind of have this like guerrilla mentality, like mentality, just like war mentality. It just, you got to have those barricades up. You got to have the defense up, in war. So, and like with this whole industry and everything, like for what we do and represent, it's like it's like a war, but a different kind of war,
It's a battle for sure.
It's a battle. Yeah. Like even for what we do, like it's a battle. Like we, what you do, with Waves and, your businesses, it's a war. It's a war. And a lot of the strategies of war, it totally relates to how we have to operate in business, so yeah. So that's what
very true.
Pretty much what the song is like, so it's that kind of mentality. So
I'm with it, man. This is Tone Deaf Testimonies. I got Rahim Samad right here, about to debut this Iron Palisades. We'll be right back in just one moment.
Fall classic. Funk Ghost. Like the Lux. Let's go. Tampa. Summer nights out in Peru, the flow's killing them. I'm cold chilling them. 88, the gold emblem. You still get stomped by the Timberland. My patience is short. You'll be another case that gets caught. The flow will turn cash is clay to cash is X. I smash your set soon as the advance is set. For classic fam, I rep till I'm handed death. We expand the foreign lands and command respect. It's Rahim the fly guy, meditates on Mount Sinai. Supreme intellect, connecting like Wi-Fi. See the world through my mind's eye. 1080 hindsight, I'm hitting like refrigerator. Parry from the blind side. Controlling temperature and seasons. Leave hot 97s, 32 below freezing. Radio receiving, guerrilla broadcasting in polo fashion. The new era cap matching. I'm racing time, trying to make a place that's mine. Gets paid in full, Mitch and A's combined. Funk Ghost ordered to hit, and then I came shooting. And Tosha Gore, this game moving. They couldn't walk in my same shoes, stalk with the same crews. The same dudes that backstab, put salt in the same wounds. Couldn't even browse where we paid dues. Get corners in the bay where we hang too, or use the same slang
ain't true. It ain't classic if that beat it at AU. LT ain't in front of that. You see, we running rap. You got fat when we starved, we needed some of that. Got the Cubans with the polos up under that. Point of no return, and I ain't coming back. Go Berkowitz on beats, and I'm the son of that. Son of man cause a thunderclap. They know Samad been nice as Chris Wallace rocked the lumberjack.
C'est scandalous, sir. Eso fresca, fresca. Baja panty. Eso es suavemente.
Let's go. Samad's been a threat. Before internet flows intersect, on point like a minaret. Vault's been on deck. Certified intellect, live in the flesh. Hop in and ride with a vet. I'm second to none, as fresh as they come. I'm a soldier, fly the flag with the crescent of sun. I'm sniping from the trenches, precise from the entrance. Revenge served cold when I strike with a vengeance. My pen just hits the pad like syringes. The heat singes, kicking doors off the hinges. Futuristic when I'm sketching lines that get you left behind. I'm from the Bay when I'm repping mine. These Morris Day flows ahead of their time. I've been nice before a mic check, a legend in rhyme. You know I stay fresh, you can't make me take less. I'm a beast, predator apex. This is living mathematics, civilized savage, beyond average. Soaked up game from the tablets, mentally dead with maggots. I rose up, perpendicular, switch flows up, got glowed up. The last dragon shown up, that blowed up. Anywhere we at, we see gets thrown up. One of the realest left in the game. I'm still the same till the last breath exits my frame.
C'est scandalous, sir. Eso fresca, fresca. Baja panty. Eso es suavemente.
Let's go.
Like I was saying before, like what you do is so important, bro. Like especially, you know, for Tampa, like this, because this place it's like Atlanta before Atlanta became Atlanta. You know,
Right.
there had to be the people that came and like built the platforms. You know, and that's what I see you doing. You know, and it's like, bro, it's gonna like just go take off so big for you, you know.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. Like straight up, man. But you play a key part in this too, man. And this is Tone Deaf Testimonies. I'm talking with Rahim Samad. You just heard his track, Iron Palisades, which is dope. You know, we've been talking, you know, behind the scenes about that, man. But what you do on the shutdown is needed and necessary too. I mean, y'all are holding down like the premier hip hop show in Tampa Bay, and it's been like that for since 86, 85, somewhere in there. Like,
man, since Kenny, and that's the thing, man. It's like that's why I do it, because I remember when I moved here, like there was like nothing. There was there was like the Power Pig, you know, as far as because it was like a top 40 commercial station, so. You might have heard like "Baby Got Back" or something like that, and then like and then like a Bon Jovi. Yeah, like, it was so top 40. Like, so you know, it's just by chance one night I just happened to be turning the dial late on the Saturday, and it's like boom, you know, I'm hearing
right.
Public
Where the hell
Enemy.
this come from?
Right, all this, yeah, you know. And that had a huge effect, bro. I heard so many records, and the thing is, like, I heard them before there was a video made to them, you know, because Kenny was just playing just like dope joints, you know, and that affected me. Like I said, this hip hop thing, it really shapes me, you know, and that to me, as I got older, I understood how important that was, you know, because. Like as hip hop got more corporate and stuff, and these companies just started taking these kind of cliche artists and putting them out, and not showing the cats that like really had like something to say, or you know were really talented. You know, being able to provide a platform for that to be seen is it's invaluable. It's everything.
I feel you.
Everything. everything. And that goes back to what, say about you and what you're doing. Like, it's
Hmm.
important. It's important. So,
And people don't seem to appreciate that all the time, man. Because like what we both do, we don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And
no. Yeah.
like even like when it comes to the radio, like we're both on 88.5, which gives us the leeway to play what we want to. But if we was with one of these other stations, they pretty much pick the playlist for us. They're getting rid of DJs right now, replacing them with computers. And we're not talking about DJ such and such or MC what's his name. We're talking about major names out
Yes.
in everybody's everybody's market.
Yes. Yeah. 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 No.
So it's like when we talk about we're checking for y'all, Tampa Bay, and send your music over, man, you better come on with that because
yeah.
other radio stations ain't doing that, bro. Like straight up.
Nah, they're scrambling, bro. They're scrambling. And one thing too, hip hop has always been originally, it was always like very from the streets, very grassroots. I often think about, like, you really think about it, man. Kool Herc in the 70s was just playing a party for his sister, like a go back to school party.
You know what it is? Everybody's outside. It's summertime. Put some music on, put some food on the grill. We're gonna have a block party.
An entire movement, an entire culture came from that. He didn't get no big check from that or nothing, but that was important for what it was important for him to do. It changed the world.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did, because it's more than music now. It's a complete culture. And it's not just New York. It's not just USA. It's worldwide right now.
Worldwide, bro. Worldwide.
Like straight up, man. Like I know there's people overseas that know the words to your music. And as soon as you start rocking, they're gonna be rocking with you, man. Like that's a humbling experience right there, bro.
Yeah, and it goes back to humility and like like we talked about before. And no, bro, and that's why it's like you always, you can't take what you're doing right now for granted. It's important. It's important. So you always have to keep that in mind, So,
let me ask you this, man. I'm gonna give you. Let me see here. You got to pick one.
Okay.
All right. So in your left hand, you got the microphone.
Okay.
In your right hand, you're getting ready to do your DJing. So when it comes to you, if you can only pick one, which one are you gonna pick? Are you gonna go for DJ? You gonna go for MC?
Man, I kind of see them.
Which one can you live without?
Oh my gosh, bro.
That's why I asked the questions, bro.
It's like Siamese twins, man. It's like like right down the line, bro. That's like a Siamese twin, like, which half is that's hard because I mean it's to me they're like they're connected, I either one I would still want to do, like, oh man, I would say rhyming, but I mean, when I say it's just like this, just by this much, like, because DJing is, it's because of DJing I got into it. I was, it's such a huge part of it, down to the beats and everything. Like the beats are, finding the breaks and like coming up. The music inspires the words, so I'd say rhyming, but I'm telling you, not by much. like.
Well, let me flip this around on you then. So, what is it about like being a DJ is like brings you the most joy?
It's the music, man. It's just like the energy, just the music, the energy of the music. Yeah, just the energy of the music, man. Knowing that, like, this music, I guess it's because of, I don't know if it's just like the history of like music for, like, I guess for our people in this country, like hip hop is just a continuation of the music that that our ancestors had brought forth. It's just the latest reincarnation. I mean, our people were brought here. It was the blues. The blues.
Mm-hmm.
It turned into like
Rock and roll.
swing, swing,
Mm-hmm.
and the swing and the jump blues, and then rock and roll, R&B. And then that's hip hop is just a continuation of that. So just that tradition, bro. Just that tradition. Uh, that's what it is. Just that tradition.
Word, man. I'm talking with Rahim Samad. I want to know, man. Like we already touched on, like some of the people you think are like elite when it comes to the pen. But when you were coming up and like people influencing you, like who are some of the names of like the artists that were influencing you and your style?
Rakim definitely. Rakim definitely. Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. Cool G Rap. A lot, man. Even like Common, Nas. Shoot. Corrupt, Dog Pound. A lot of cats, man. Mobb Deep. I liked it. Like Prodigy, there was a time like Prodigy was just from like the Infamous to like Murder Music. Like he was just like
Fire.
yeah, just God level
Mm-hmm.
pen. Like he was just insane. Yeah, it's funny. Even like old school, like Melly Mel. Melly Mel has this song on if you go back to the Beat Street movie, and he performs like when Ramo dies, like he performs at like the memorial for Ramo. But if you go back and just listen to what he's saying in that performance, like it's so prophetic to today. It still blows my mind, like how he could have had the foresight to say all these things that we're now seeing. Like it's that always was very like inspiring and influential to me as well. So yeah, definitely like Melly Mel and Cold Crush, those guys. KRS-One too. KRS-One, definitely.
Another good one.
Yeah.
When you're DJing, is there like a go-to song that you have if you want to get the crowd going?
Oh man, I mean, okay. Well, if you're in Tampa, like there's definitely those go-to ones. Dance to the Drummer's Beat, like you throw that on in Tampa, like, and then that breakdown comes that boom, boom.
Yeah, Tampa's a different one, man.
Forget it. It does not. It does not. But you throw that on, you're safe. You're safe. You're safe. That, and you could always throw. And of course, I'm from Tampa, so I have to like say Tampa, stuff that will rock. Like, of course, Luke, I want to rock. You can throw that on. It does not matter. That's
2020. The thing's still gonna bring people to the dance floor.
Cap D coming. Cap D coming.
Yeah,
yeah. It's over. It's over, bro.
Somebody auntie out there doing wrong.
Facts. Yeah, so those two songs. You go to Tampa, you don't got nothing else. You got those two songs, you'll at least for that little 4 or 8 minutes, you're good money.
Oh man. I'm looking at the clock right now, like, okay, all right, here we go. We have to go a little bit overtime here. I got a couple more questions I want to ask you. So with the new project dropping, and let's say it does numbers and it does everything that you wanted to do, and you're able to do like a show, like not like a release show, but like a celebration show almost to celebrate your success. I want you to give me like just a handful of artists out of Tampa Bay. Who would you have open up for you?
Oh man, okay. I would have Tap Ghost and Phobia open, and these, because when I first started, like those guys, like kind of welcomed me in, and you know, I learned that like they got us like our first shows, and plus like I really learned how to like make beats, like put beats together, through Funk Ghost and them, and just they're dope. Like they're a group that like to me don't get enough credit because they came out so early back in the day, and there really wasn't like a path that could be followed. That they could say, okay, well, I'm going to do this, that. When they came out back in the day, it was like, okay, you're going to make a demo, try to like get it in somebody's hand, and hopefully I can get signed to this label or whatever. It wasn't. They didn't have the Master P out the trunk or
the direction.
Exactly. But man, like they made so many like dope jams and stuff that I hope one day I could be able to like go back and like press them up and then put it out so people can see what they were doing back then. But I would definitely have Tap Ghost and Phobia open. Who else? Yeah, but I'm about to have my boy John Dope open. John Dope is like grimy, like hip hop, street hip hop dude. I'd have John Dope open. Chronos Genesis. I'd have Chronos Genesis open. I mean, there's a bunch of dope cats that, man. I would see if Annex wants to, Annex wants to get on there and just like, you know what I mean, spit, because Annex is dope, so dope on the mic.
Very dope.
Yeah, then Mike Deluxe, my boy Mike Deluxe, of course. Super D. Geez, like I said, it's a lot, man. Shoot, I'd want to see if Samurai Shotgun would open too. Let them play.
That would be super dope, man.
I'd probably end up just letting cats just I probably would just it would just
be the dude that just does one song at their own
right.
At their own celebration.
Just sit back and just let everybody else get up there and shoot. Yeah, Mass too. Mike would be. I'd like. Yeah, definitely love Mike Mass. Yeah, shoot, Gats. Yeah, I mean, I'd even like to see Hometown perform. Yeah, it's but this Hometown like Scott A. Like, there's a couple, man. Yeah, I think I named those. That's a good amount.
Shit,
I don't even think I have time to perform.
That's a whole festival right there.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
We're in overtime right now. The Tone Deaf Testimonies. I'm talking with Rahim Samad right now. And I want to know, like I said, this is going to be the last Tone Deaf Testimonies of 2020. And this has been a crazy year, bro. So I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know something good that came from 2020 that happened to you.
You know what? This album. I hate to sound cliche as an artist, but this album, because it was something. I think that because of the circumstances that this time brought about, it allowed me to be able to. It produced the circumstances for this project to be made and to come out. So that I think is this time has been good as far as like self-reflection. It's forced a lot of people to have to you can't go out or stuff, so you have to be by yourself and reflect.
And deal with that, man. A lot of people's mental health is suffering because of that.
Yeah. A
lot of people ain't strong-minded enough or don't have that support system around them to get through that, man. So if that's anybody out there, man, make sure y'all ask for help, man. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay to ask for help. It's none of us are, born in a vacuum. You need help sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, and it really brought out what's inside a lot of people. And I think that's good for other people to see that, so they understand, the reality that we are in. And yeah, that's it. That's what I would say was good about it. Um, but there was a lot of bad too. A lot of
It's
things
been a
that,
hell of a year, man.
yeah, some things that
Hell
were
of a
like,
year.
I almost feel like were really unnecessary. Did not have to happen, but
Hmm.
it comes again. It's the lessons that come from it, that you learn. So hopefully we can take steps to where it won't happen again.
My sayings are tough times don't last, tough people do.
That's a
Simple enough. Simple enough. You
fact.
know what I'm saying,
That's a
man?
powerful. That's
Drop.
heavy say.
I want you to drop your social media information so people can follow along.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, just @ Rahim Samad. So RAHIMSAMAD. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and then the Facebook. You can hit the page Rahim Samad MC on Facebook, or just put Rahim Samad in. It's gonna come up. You're gonna see it.
Hmm.
You're gonna see the page with just the black profile picture.
Hmm.
That
I
and
was like,
then
oh, I was like, damn, that look like him.
right. Oh, it's dark skin. It's dark skin. Yeah. So yeah, that. So yeah, but yeah, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm on there.
I got one more question for you, and then we got to play this last song on the way out of here. So, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
That's a good question because I've been doing music since I was like 12. Yeah, since I was like 12, bro. Like, so if I wasn't doing music, ah, that's a good one, bro. I don't know, maybe something with like speaking. Like I really love history. I a lot. Like I read a lot. So I think maybe just something like a community activist or something. It's just that, because I do have that like mentality. I like I said, I read all the time. I'm very that's something that varies like on my mind a lot. So maybe like some kind of a community worker or activist, something like that, or something
I can
like
see that, man. I notice like every time me and you have conversations, it's always like, something real. Like it's never like no fluff. It's always like you have some type of opinion or some type of insight on it, and like you're enlightening whoever's listening. So that doesn't come from not being knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? So I could see you. I could see you doing that. I can actually see you making waves with that too.
that. Well, thank you, man. I don't know. I just yeah, just those things, because to me, again, like going back to that like conscious um era of hip hop, like that definitely it had an effect on me, and just understanding who we are, and this system, and how we what the things we need to do in order to protect the community, and help the babies, protect the babies, and be able to give them a better life, something better, a better future, that
Better start.
better start, bro, because
Yeah.
I don't want our next generation to have to grow up worrying about like getting killed by no cop or nothing like that, and I always feel that it's up to the generation that's now to do the things to protect the next generation coming up, so that they can have it better. So yeah, so
Straight up, man. We got Rahim Samad right here on the Tone Deaf Testimonies. I want you to go ahead and set up Late Samurai. We're gonna
yeah.
bump this on the way up out of here, man. We got one more track from his new album. Oof. Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, this is Late Samurai, Nubian Tapestries, produced by my man Funk Ghost. You know, like another one, just hitting them over the head, man. This is from the album Nubian Tapestries. Check it out right here.
Bet. This is going to be how we roll out on this episode of Tone Deaf Testimonies. So before I press play, I just want to say thank you again for taking time out to talk with me. And I told you we was going to have a great conversation, man. I told you it was going to go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
And,
I knew it. I already know, bro.
Just wait till you actually rewatch this, man. We're going to be like, damn.
Yeah, I already knew, bro. I already knew. The hardest part for me was just getting this computer to work. That was the hardest part. I knew the conversation
had a Teddy Riley moment in the background, but we got it done though. We got it done.
I gotta watch that Teddy Riley one, man.
Oh man. Go put that on right now, dog. And when I see you Saturday or whenever I see you, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right.
All right, we're gonna go out with the new track, Lay Samurai. Rahim Samad, right here. Tone Deaf Testimony. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you follow along. Go to the webpage, tone-kaponecom, and you'll see the Tone Deaf Testimonies logo, like over here, right there. Just click on the link. You'll be able to watch all the episodes, listen to everything. And we're also on all the podcast platforms, too, so just follow along with that, too, man. So, once again, thank you. Let's hit play on this and be easy, my brother.
All right, brother. You too. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Alrighty, man.
Yes,
peace.
Sir.
He's in my blood, he's in my guts and my soul, and in the very core of all my futile attempts to stay above low and survive the pressure of too much truth.
Pull up in your hood, ready to take it over. Me and some decorated soldiers, ready to strike as the time gets closer. Creeping on them like a cobra. We formulate plots, hoping that they form cash and knots. Stacks and stocks, multiply the stats from math. I got windows down as I pass the block. System blasting through the glass while the bass leave aftershots. Gargantuan, any land that I'm on. When the mask is on, I go for heat till your camp is gone. Greatness is the path I'm on. If all classic ain't your label, the brand is wrong. I'm standing strong and don't break when the press is great. I study lessons that connect, I'm living essence relate. And I'm straight, plead the fifth, won't confess to the J. I'm G, Oz the bar, law, essence innate. Can't run game on some model, let them know from the gate. I chop heads like Saladin off the throat of a snake. Post his head on the stage, I'm ranking 7-star general. Won't pay mine, just subliminal. Shots on no federal, plots to get us locked like a criminal. 12 tribe of Israel, the math is visual. Samad's killing ya, like John Dillinger. Touch your soul like Quran literature. Third eyes on the sparrow, higher plateaus that I reach. Keep a new era fitted hat low, fatigued up like Castro. Was told when your money slow up, that's when you better start thinking fast, bro. Keep watching for enemies when they sneak in. Keep watching for the beasts when they creep in. Even when my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping. Even if my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping. Yo, I'm so precise, been holding mics like Dolomite. I'm cold as ice of the polar type, shining with a solar light. The last dragon glowing bright, the prototype of a poltergeist. They know I'm nice, you want a verse, quarter price. Assassin of the Shogun type, vault owns the night. The soul brother with the show you right. The Midas touch when I hold the mic, with no oversight. Right and exact when I'm lighting the track, I'm Tyson. Biting the back when I strike with a jab. When I write in the pads like capturing lightning blast. Striking twice with a mic cord when I'm like we keep watching enemies when they sneak in. We keep watching for the beast when they creep in. Even when my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping. Even if my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping. Hey, yo, we keep watching enemies when they sneak in. We keep watching for the beast when they creep in. Even when my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping. Even if my eyes closed, I'm not sleeping.
This is Tone Capone
and DJ Spaceship.
And Saturday nights from 10 to midnight, we bring you Waves of the Bay. Right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.
With the hottest interviews, the hottest music.
You can submit your music for the Tampa Bay Watch segment at wavesofthebay@gmail.com or follow us on all social media at Waves of the Bay.
Every Saturday, 10 to 12. Make sure you come and ride the wave.
Yes, sir.